All right, what is up, everybody? It's the Red Beat Basketball Podcast, episode 3. I'm Greg Armstrong, editor-in-chief here at the Red Beat, joined by my two co-hosts, Jared Gray. Jared, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing wonderful. And Tolly Firestone, who doesn't know how to work a camera on her computer currently, so you can only see half of her face. Tolly, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'd be doing better
There
if
you
we
go,
could see it all day. There we go. Now we're cooking with fire. All right, so it's been a couple weeks since we've actually done this podcast. Tolly almost died with the flu. So have you recovered yet?
I'm fully recovered. Yes.
Fully recovered? Okay. And then I watched a lot of football and a lot of basketball, so we didn't do it. First thing on the memo, Warriors Cavs last night, Martin Luther King Day special. Warriors absolutely annihilated the Cavs last night. What do you guys take away more from it? If you take away anything at all, do you take more away from the Warriors dismantling the Cavs like that or the Cavs losing like that? I'll start with Tolly because I was picking at her.
I've said it from the beginning. I've always thought I knew the Warriors can do it, so I guess I took more from the Warriors actually dismantling, proving that they can run with the Cavs and they can demolish the Cavs when they work as a team and they play to the top performance. So I'm not concerned whatsoever. I know the Warriors can do it. It was no surprise to me.
Jared?
We already know how I feel about the Warriors. With everything about them. Steph Curry thinking that he's going to take less money actually matters.
Big time Warriors fan Jared here. Jared's actually in his Warriors yellow right now.
Actually, I'm wearing a yellow sweatshirt. I'm wearing an Under Armour hat. I don't want
Trying to clown Steph Curry on the Warriors, and he's full Warriors out right now.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think you have to take it with a grain of salt because they didn't have J.R. Smith, who might not be their most important player by a long shot, but he's still a good role player that the Cavs need and had last year during their run to the championship. So Kevin Durant definitely helps. Draymond Green not.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good at this basketball thing.
Yeah, pretty good. I didn't know he was capable of blocking LeBron though. I guess it's just being ultra lanky, just getting up there. So
just having arms the lengths of the Empire State Building helps, I guess.
Yeah, and LeBron flopping at half court when Draymond Green kind of threw an elbow at his chin. I mean,
incredible.
I'm on Draymond's side in that. I think that LeBron definitely embellished it like he tends to, but he said he's a football player, so he's all right.
I honestly thought LeBron was dead. Watching that replay, he just gets hit and then he just immediately falls to the ground and is lifeless. I thought he was dead.
Yeah.
I thought he snapped his neck. Also, J.R. Smith, probably not the MVP of the team or the most important person, but he is definitely the most important person post-game, getting them into clubs and whatnot. I think he's the undisputed MVP of the league when it comes to partying and whatnot.
He's a guy you always want on your team. He's a guy you pay a lot more than he's worth because he does that for you. He's got the extracurricular. Right,
exactly. You give him that little extra incentive to get you all into the club. He's that token friend.
Yeah.
No, I kind of took away that we've seen a little bit of the Warriors kind of dismantle teams like this, but I don't think we've seen it against the Cavs. And I think this was a big kind of game coming off of the Christmas loss to the Cavs, where they had a heavy lead late in the game. I think it was good to show that with the Cavs coming in the building, obviously the history of those two with LeBron's blocking Game 7, to absolutely just obliterate the Cavs, just run them off the floor quicker than I think I could even imagine. But I want to. That doesn't take away from the fact that I think we all still want to see Warriors Cavs in the finals again for 7 more games.
Yeah, this is something that LeBron's gonna remember until the finals come back around because he's the type of guy that's gonna try to use this as a motivational type of speech. Come game in the finals, they beat us 35 points.
Right. Yeah.
Then let's get out there. So.
Yeah, when it's Game 6 against the Bulls and they're losing in the Eastern Conference Finals, he's going to use this as Bulls as motivation. Right, Tolly?
All right.
Hey, things are looking nice right now. We got a Bulls Cavs first round matchup in these current standings of the season.
Hey, there we go. Oh, okay, so we'll just go into that. Speaking of the Bulls, Tolly, give me your case. State your case to why Jimmy Butler should be in the MVP discussion.
All right, the Bulls, they started off the season great. They kind of went downhill. They're up again now. Butler's really carrying the team. He's the success of the team right now. I mean, he shows he should be MVP. He's really well-rounded. He's not just a high scorer. He can defend. He can rebound the ball. I think the past 5 games he's been averaging a little over 28 points. So he's just, I mean, he had, 2 weeks ago when I had the flu and I wanted to mention his 52-point game. You know, he came, it was like Michael Jordan, I think, had 54 points, and then he had 53 again, and he was third in the Bulls record. He's just really producing for his team, and he's the success of his team. And I was reading up on it earlier, top 4 in the standings, and that's the way you're going to get MVP, and Butler's just really proven that he should be out there tonight.
Could you imagine those Bulls teams with MVP type rows and even just like this Jimmy Butler on those teams? Like imagine how fun the conference finals would have been. I mean, the Bulls Heat ones were like really entertaining, but just imagine how much more fun it would have been having Butler at this level and Rose at MVP level playing against the big three with the Heat.
Yeah, that'd been a fucking awesome series. That would have been awesome.
Wow, jeez. Oh, Tully, bringing out the F word here.
Sorry.
Someone's really excited. We'll just
yeah. But I feel
really
like, I don't know, Butler, like Dwayne Wade has had a good influence on him, and he's the reason why he's so productive and he's doing so well and had like the peak of his success right now. So I don't really know if we could have MVP Butler and MVP Rose while Wade's on another team. I think Butler has contributed to a lot of his success, and it's not me being biased because I'm a Wade fan or anything, but like you can see it.
I see no biases in this. No.
No, really, all bias aside.
Not one little instant bias.
But I don't know. What do you think? What do you guys think about this? Like, do you think he's like MVP worthy?
I think he needs to play on a better team.
Yeah,
he'd have more wins if he played on a better team.
That's what it's mainly going to come down to. I mean, the Rockets have basically cemented themselves as a top 4 team, top 3 team in the West right now. Russ is just playing absolutely out of his mind. I think he could play for the 76ers, and he would still get this kind of recognition for being MVP. But the Thunder aren't that bad. Mm-hmm. It's just that the Bulls play in just like this absolutely terrible conference that is the East, and they're kind of just in that range. It's like Cleveland, Toronto, Boston, and then everyone else. That's just like a mucky group of potential playoff teams. Like nobody really stands out. Like the team I thought was going to stand out, the Bucks, they just lost to the 76ers last night.
Like by double digits, right? Was that 11 loss?
It's like you know, they can play great and whatnot, and then they come out and they throw out this terrible performance against the 76ers, which 76ers aren't that bad, honestly. Like the process, I guess, is like somewhat working. Mm-hmm. Joel Embiid NBA vote. That's what I'm just going to title this as. Joel Embiid.
He's the best thing to happen to the NBA in years.
I was going to say, if you were going to say the 76ers, I was going to raise you one more and say the NBA. I'm very glad you said the NBA.
Yeah. He's so much fun.
Tully, thoughts on Joel Embiid? Would you like him on the Bulls?
Wait, what did you say? You cut out.
Joel Embiid. Would you like him on the Bulls?
I'd take him, yeah.
Right. Because we're weighing up Robin Lopez and Joel Embiid right now. It's near like this. It couldn't be further. But
who would you rather have, Tully? Joel Embiid or Robin Lopez?
Robin.
Whoa. Okay.
He's already got the chemistry of the team. You know, I don't like to break him. You know, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Wow, Jared's distraught right now.
I don't know what. I don't even know what to say.
Okay, he's getting all red. Just go ahead. He's getting he's as red as your Cortland Sport Management T-shirt.
Yeah, right now. He's gonna explode.
Robin Lopez was signed to a contract by the Knicks that he wouldn't deserve even if there were 2 of them. And you could play 6-on-5 like in basketball, have 2 Robin Lopez's running around. He wouldn't be worth that contract even if there were 2 of them running around the court at the same time.
Speaking of Knicks contracts, Rose nor Carmelo Anthony are worthy of Knicks contracts. Like, let's get. I mean, I don't know if you guys are ready to talk about that, but like, I have a whole lot
that's a perfect segue. Jared, give us the state of the Knicks right now.
State of the Knicks. The thing is,
it's like a barren wasteland.
Yeah, no, it's not good, but like, there's only so many ways that you could even like say the word bad. There's only so many words that you can use to kind of say they're awful, they're abysmal, whatever. But like, it's just magnified tenfold because of the fact that they're in New York. You know, the Mecca, MSG, whatever. So they're not playing well. They've lost, I think I checked right before we started it, 11 of their last 13 games. They haven't won back-to-back games in a month. So, I mean, it's not a good team. We knew that coming in. They would be a fringe playoff team at best. They're not a great team. And the real debate, though, is whether or not it's time to move on from Melo. And I, for one, would kind of like that because of my bias towards Kristaps. And I'd love the team to be centered around him. But I kind of think it's the right basketball and business move, too. I really do. At this point, I think it's time to give up on Melo.
Yeah, I mean, there's not. I mean, what does Melo honestly bring to this team?
A lot of scoring. He doesn't
Air balls.
A lot of scoring.
Right, a lot of scoring, but how far does that honestly get you? On a team like this, like obviously a team that needs scoring could use Melo in a heartbeat. He doesn't play defense. He's a walking isolation on the court. Like once he gets the ball just stops. It's like jab step, pull through, dribble, jumper, miss. That's essentially what it is.
Yeah, I mean, he's still like one of the reasons though that the Knicks are like
right.
close to the playoffs. You know, and I agree that like those shots would be distributed elsewhere, whatever. You know, Rose would get more looks, Courtney Lee would get more looks, whatnot. But I don't think those shots would be falling as much if other people were taking them. So I think it's kind of a wash.
Yeah. I think the Knicks are in this kind of like limbo where they want to build for the future, but they also want to appease they're kind of like the Jets right now. Like the Jets, they want to like just put Band-Aids all over their problems and not just do a full rebuild. And I think the Knicks, they have the pieces in place. Like Porzingis is obviously someone that you can build around. We'll see how Rose does. I don't think they gave him a huge contract. But Melo is just this big, huge, like, rock in, like, the machine right now where it's not going to work if you keep him. Like, they reached their peak in the 2013 playoffs.
Yeah.
That was their peak.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to get more than that from the players like they have on this team right now. So honestly I think it's time to move on from Melo.
Okay.
It's just a fact of who's going to take that on.
Yeah, I agree. I think, they just need to start over, really. They just need to cut all loose ends and just kind of start over. I was reading up on it because you mentioned it earlier, and it said, like, the Cavs were considering it, and I think that would be the worst move the Cavs could ever make, taking Carmelo on, just because of what you said. Like, I feel the same thing. Like, he's a ball hog. Like, there's not enough ball for him. Like, I don't know. And the Knicks were looking at taking up Chris Paul as well. So I think that would be like an excellent move for the Knicks too. So I'm interested to see what they do, but they definitely need to cut the ties with Melo. Like he's not getting you a ring. He's been there long enough. He can't produce for the team. They need a well-rounded team player. They don't need someone who's selfish and just wants the ball and just cares about themselves. They need someone who plays defense, who can get the rebounds and score the ball, all in one player. You know, they don't need multiplayer for that. They just need one solid player that can do that.
Maybe they should make a trade for Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, maybe they should, but you know what? Jimmy Butler needs to be at the Bulls right now, so he's not moving.
The thing is, if D-Wade leaves the Bulls, do you quit being a Bulls fan? Like, I know you said you're a D-Wade fan, but like...
Yeah, Did you throw out all those Bulls shirts?
Well, okay, you had to throw me on... So everyone's going to be like, oh, you're the hugest bandwagon or whatever. Yeah, I'm a diehard Dwayne Wade fan. So I converted to a Bulls fan because Dwayne Wade went there, and I kind of just dropped the Heat. Like cold heart. Like I just dropped them. Like I don't even follow them anymore. Yeah. Like they're off my Snapchat. They're off of everything. So if he was to go somewhere, except for like the Knicks or something, if he went to the Knicks, I think I'd have to cut all ties.
Wow.
But I will follow. Like I'm diehard. I will follow him. Yeah. Well, I mean, he had nothing left. Like what they still.
Is this just for like basketball teams, or like do you do this with like guys too? Do you just like is this like a like when you're done, you're just like, I'm done. I'm converted. Done with the Snapchat. Done with the deleting the number, all the picture, all that.
I can say that may carry over into my personal life. Yeah.
all the D-Wade, all the D-Wade.
And I think I'm thinking, and I talk to zero of my exes. So
yeah, there we go. All the D-Wade heat pictures on her phone have just been deleted. Like she frees up like 6 gigabytes of storage from her phone.
No, absolutely no. I still have those, and I still have the Heat jersey too. And I just got the Bulls jersey. You know, I should have wore it.
Wow, Tully just swearing up a storm. She gets all excited over these Bulls.
You know, it's the flu. It got me. You know.
Oh, so you're still sick? So you lied to us. So we're dealing with a lie here.
Yeah.
All right, so we talked about your favorite teams. Now it's time to talk about my favorite team. See how I did that?
Right.
Nice little segue. So the Hawks, while we were gone, basically said that Millsap's on the trade market, which we've kind of known for a while now. Then they traded Korver to the Cavs. After that, they said Korver was off the trade market, basically saying that we're going to try to go and make the playoffs. I'm honestly hoping for just a full-out debacle from the Hawks, and then they put him back on the trade block. Because if there's any team that's going to compete with the Cavs, it's going to be the Raptors. And right now, the way that it's looking, it's going to be exactly like it was last year in the Eastern Conference Finals, where the Cavs basically gave the Raptors 2 games. Like you talked to, if you would just watch any of those, the Cavs were at like their 50% trying in those games. It was basically like a practice. They knew that they were going to win. You know, the Warriors. So I'm surprised the Raptors honestly won 2 games. Like 1, I was like, oh god, and then 2, I was like, oh, do we have something? No, we didn't have anything. We had nothing. But yeah, what do you if Millsap were to go to the Raptors? Do you guys see them as being a legitimate contender against the Cavs, or do you think it's all just moot and that the Cavs are just a one-team thing in the East?
Millsap's a great player, like an absolute phenomenal player. He's one of those guys that, you know, he could seek out a max contract if he wanted one because of how good of, you know, how massive a contribution he makes for his team. The Raptors could certainly use him. Who's starting at the 4 right now? Patrick Patterson?
Oh god, it's a cesspool.
Jared Sullinger?
It's like Pascal Siakam. They've started for a majority of the year, and now we've got Lucas Nogueira, Bebe at 4. I'm just getting like a little bit aroused now, just thinking of like Kyle Lowry and Paul Millsap pick and rolls, and like DeRozan and Millsap pick and rolls. Like I'm getting a little hot and bothered in here. I might go have to turn the fan up a little bit.
You definitely expect the team. You bring a big man, you know, shooter to the team. They don't really have one right now, right?
No. Oh god, no. Like I don't not trust Patrick Patterson in any form. Like just being consistently knocking down shots. He's played good like the past couple of weeks, but having him consistently knock down shots in a 7-game series is something that makes me just want to rip every limb off my body.
Yeah, I think he's a great player. I think he'd be great on their team, but I'm hoping. Well, I'll let Tully finish first, but what I'm going to say is I hope that the Celtics can break up that rotation at the top of the Eastern Conference standings.
Oh, okay. Well, Jared's officially off the podcast.
No, I mean, I think he has nothing to lose.
Have fun in London.
I mean, yeah, like Jared pretty much took everything I was to say, but like he's a good player. He rebounds, he assists, he's got the blocks, and I think they'd actually be good competition for the Cavs. I don't think they could beat him just because they traded and he's on the Raptors, but I think they may win 3 games.
Oh, that's an improvement.
Yeah, you know what I mean? If they won 2 without him, I don't see it wouldn't hurt you know, his heart is in the Hawks, though. He really doesn't want to get traded, so that could be like that a little bit of an adjustment right there could really kill him. So I don't really know if he'd be ready this year to dominate, but definitely next year.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the Hawks are in a sticky situation now because it's either you take on Millsap, risk not making the playoffs, his contract expires at the end of the year. Do you really want to give him the max, or do you let him walk for nothing? They're kind of in a predicament right there. So I'm hoping that they trade him. I honestly think
the East is bad enough that they're still in 4th.
Yeah, I'm gonna go walk to the Atlanta Hawks organization right now and demand that they trade him, and then tell them I'm not gonna leave until he's on the Raptors.
Because you have so much influence on that.
Exactly. Well, if I stand there and yell long enough, Tolly, I will.
Security.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep yelling. I'm gonna keep sending in phone calls, letters, whatnot. All right, let's shift to college because I've got a game to catch. The Raptors, the aforementioned Raptors. Grayson Allen
needs to seek mental help.
I don't think I need to say any more than just Grayson Allen. I know Jared's very strongly.
Fine, just sit here. Not
strong
really.
Opinions on Grayson Allen. So, Tolly, I'll let you speak first.
No, needs to seek I don't know. I think there's something wrong there. It's just not normal. Like, I was defending him in the beginning. Well, not really defending him, but I was kind of in his corner, like, oh, you know, it's just the best of the emotions, but, like, something's really wrong.
Yeah.
I like, what else is there to say? Like, there's something wrong with the kid. Like, I don't know what's going on up there, but it's just basketball's not that serious.
Right. I don't know if I said this before on the last. I know we talked pre-show. I thought it was going to be a good thing that he got suspended for indefinitely, which I thought would be way more than 1 game. But apparently 1 game is definitely, and I need to rewrite the dictionary. But he was actually playing terribly for Duke. And then I was like, oh, he's going to get the suspension, sit out 4 or 5 games, get his head straight, you know, be in the gym, get some shots up, whatever he needs to do to get better. Comes back 1 game, still not playing great at all. And then the whole thing happens against Boston College. And then this thing happens allegedly at Florida State. He gets smacked in the face in Louisville. The guy has some issues. He needs to get mental help. Like now. He needs to get mental help like yesterday. Jared, I'll let you have the floor on your best friend Grayson Allen here. your boy.
I don't know what else there's to say. I mean, you brought up the last 3 instances since the last time we spoke about him, which was a couple of weeks ago. So 3 instances in 2 weeks in which we've had some controversy piled on to what we already know about him is kind of a bad thing, I guess. I mean, the 1-game suspension definitely, as you mentioned, not enough.
I thought it was people were saying, oh, like, don't get on him about the 1-game suspension, like Duke in general. I looked at it as you can't say he's going to be suspended indefinitely. Sit him out 1 game and then bring him back. Like if you're gonna,
yeah.
I know people that doesn't set a precedent. I kind of think it does set a precedent. Like the guy's tripping. It's his 3rd, 4th, however many it was before he got suspended. You suspend the guy indefinitely, give him 1 game and then bring him back. Sit him down for 4 or 5 games. Let him really know what's what, and let him get his head straight. If not for that, at least make it so like there's like I said, a precedent in the athletics that, hey, we're not going to put up with this and we're going to stick to it.
That could be like a major problem too. Like the school's not taking it seriously, so he just kind of gets away with murder or whatever. The FSU thing, I can say I like watched it and I can say that's kind of blown out of proportion, but that's just because that's who he's perceived to be now. So anything that he does, like you can compare it to another player and it'd be like, oh, he just fell out of bounds. But because it's Grayson Allen, oh, he pushed the coach going out of bounds. So I think a lot of things are going to get blown out of proportion, but that's just because of the reputation he has created for himself.
Right. That's what you get when you have that many instances happen. There's no middle ground anymore. There's no gray area. It's black and white. So you did it or you didn't. And he's subject to that stuff now. So that sucks for him. Last thing we'll do before we sign off, because the Raptors game is on and the Bulls play at 8. But the more important game is at 7:30, and the Raptors.
The Bulls play at 8. The Bulls play at 8. That's all I had to play at 8. MVP games at 8.
Oh, you mean like the start of the second half or the second quarter where DeMar DeRozan's playing? You mean that game?
DeMar DeRozan needs to shoot a ball from behind the 3-point line, and then maybe.
No, Jared, don't say that because then we'll lose. He doesn't.
No, but college, guys, seriously, the college, it's getting I don't know. Going into my predictions, I thought both Syracuse men's and women were gonna really be good this year. I thought they were going in. I thought they were going to be pretty decent this year. A lot of people I talk to too. I work at the Dome and stuff, and we're talking about Syracuse, and they're just not producing. UNC, I know you're smiling over there because they're just doing great, and they look like they're just going to be in the championship again. I know that's making you want to just smash your face against your computer right now. I apologize, Greg, but they're looking pretty good.
I'll just mute Jared's mic right now.
I'm smiling because I thought we were talking about DeMar DeRozan.
Oh, okay.
On Syracuse.
Yeah. I don't pay attention to much women's college basketball until tournament time.
I mean, who does? UConn's going to win every year. So.
Right, exactly. There's no point in me who's going to be a bubble team? It's who cares? Because whoever's making it against UConn is going to get absolutely annihilated.
Yeah.
It's just the way, that's just the lay of the land right now. Syracuse men's, I did think was going to have a much better year than they are right now. They just look awful. I thought Leiden was going to take a jump. He hasn't. Roberson is basically unplayable at this point.
Joel Berry.
I do enjoy watching Joel Berry play. I do.
I don't even see Syracuse going in Elite 8 this year, really.
Elite 8? I mean, second round.
Sorry, did I drop Sweet 16? I thought you were going to be there.
Tolly, goddamn.
Sorry, I was giving them the benefit of the doubt, I don't know. Based off of last tournament, you never know what's going to happen. I don't know. Those first couple rounds, you think they're going to be easy, but since last year, I'm really optimistic.
Yeah, I thought you were talking in regards to Syracuse. That Syracuse teams last year was actually pretty competent. I mean, you got the best out of Leiden. Benajay played really well. Cooney, the Coon Dog, my probably favorite all-time SU player. I've tried to get him on my podcast many times. He actually has not returned any of my invitations, so that's still in the works, but I'm gonna get him on at one point.
There's still hope.
There's still definitely hope. He's got a lot of time on his hands now. He's not at Syracuse anymore. He's probably playing basketball somewhere else, but this podcast is more important. So UNC, are we putting them as our favorite? Are you guys putting them as your favorite?
Whoa. You're gonna put UNC as your favorite, Greg?
No, I said yours. I said your.
No, you said our. You said our favorite. You said
I think the connection kind of got screwed up, and you didn't hear the Y in front of the OUR, and that's why I think you said our.
Okay. What did you hear, Jared?
I think he said he'd heard your.
I mean, all I'm thinking in my head is mine because I know you two aren't going to root for UNC.
Selfish. So selfish.
I'll be
No, I
honest
have
with
no
you. If I'm
problem
a betting
with
man,
UNC.
I'm putting money on Kentucky and Duke. I'm not going to lie to you.
No, don't. Save your money. Don't put it on Duke.
What, is it jinx?
Don't put it on
You just
Duke.
got
No.
that.
Duke, I mean, Giles looks absolutely nowhere near where I thought he would be.
He's a
And
broken man.
yeah, I'm like, you can't expect the guy who hasn't played basketball in a year and a half to do a lot of what he was doing as a number one recruit. But even still, he just looks like a complete shell of himself. Jason Tatum should not be playing basketball. He should be playing running back for a football team. Grayson Allen's not good right now. Emil Jefferson's hurt. Chase Jeter, I don't think should be playing basketball, period, or any athletic sport at all.
Jesus, and he's a Duke fan.
Yeah, no, I'm very critical of the team. Luke Kennard is by far the team's best player at this
You
point.
notice that Luke Kennard's play has suffered a little bit since Grayson Allen started playing poorly.
Yeah, well, because Luke was like the main guy in teams. I don't know why teams just don't guard him. Like I was watching the Georgia Tech game from a couple weeks ago, and they just refused to guard him. I was like, "What are you guys doing? This is not a hard concept. It's the white guy who can shoot. Like that's in college basketball. There's a token white guy that can shoot the ball. It's on
So
every
how
team.
far do you think Duke's going, Greg? Like, what's your prediction?
I think it all depends on who's in their bracket. If I'm just gonna put like a blanket statement, I'll probably say at least the Sweet 16. As of now, I say at least the Sweet 16. Maybe come March, Giles improves, Emil Jefferson's healthy, Grayson Allen's not a head case.
Has head straight.
Yeah, he's not a head case. A team to watch out for, though, I have two teams to watch out for. The first one is West Virginia. I know that's such like a
Watch out for the top 10 team.
it kind of skeeves me out a little bit because I always think West Virginia's going to do good, and then they just lose to some bad team. Like their offense just never catches up to their defense. But a team I think is my favorite right now is Kansas. I love their guard play. It's so different from the NBA where you need a big guy in the postseason. In college, you need guards. I love Frank Mason Jr. I love that Josh Jackson kid. I think I get his name right. The kid is a monster. Josh Jackson. Love the way he plays. They got the guards to do it. I can't sell myself on these teams though, because what have we seen in the past? Kansas loaded, lose early. West Virginia, everyone's like in love with West Virginia, they lose early. So those are a couple teams to watch out for. I think I'll probably ride with UNC in all honesty.
Yeah.
Honestly,
really
if I had to
good
pick,
here. They really are. I'll admit it. Like I seen them last night, and I was like, what is the record right now?
it doesn't matter, Tully. Let's not talk about that. I just think that they're a good team.
Something in 3, I
16
think.
and 3, I think. 15 and 3, something.
I'd say 15 or 16. That's what I was gonna say. I can't remember. Sorry, Greg. You don't have to be salty. Just talk as a basketball fan. No, like just as a basketball fan in general. Not
I
don't.
did, Tully. I just said that they were my favorite.
Okay, you just said Duke is horrible and they're not gonna make it. So just don't get your panties in a lot because he has like a good record.
I'm very critical of my teams, Tully. I'm not some
Don't
like.
get Grayson Allen a psychiatrist, and then we can come back and talk about like.
Maybe I should just switch my major and go into psychology and then just be a psychiatrist.
Yeah, I think you should, and then Grayson Allen could be your first client.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
How about that?
Oh, would you look at that? Oh, well, look at you're gonna miss tip off.
I know.
Yeah, tip
All
off.
right. Do you guys have anything else?
Breaking news: Chris Paul's out for 6 to 8 weeks.
Whoa!
Pretty
What
careful.
happened?
What a way to end the podcast on a sad note.
Gotcha.
Torn ligament and his what? This really makes me mad.
Oh, okay. Jesus.
Thumb
Tully.
injuries here. Like it's your thumb.
Okay. We go back to school on Monday. I'm going to tear Tully's thumb ligament, and then we're just going to do like a case study on how much she can do.
No, I mean I understand, but I feel like oh my gosh, it's so long for just like a thumb injury. I understand like you need your thumb, like that's critical. Like when you shoot the eye, I wish I could like put my computer down.
Tully,
and,
have you ever
How
tried?
am I holding this?
Yeah.
I know your thumb, but like I don't know, those just that kind of injury just bothers me.
Tully.
I hate when it's like a thumb injury.
Tully, have you ever tried to catch anything when your thumb hurts? Just anything. In general.
Okay, listen, I understand. I know how crucial it is, but it's just like I don't know. That really, I don't know. I guess it's a pet peeve of mine. Call me crazy. It's just like it's your thumb, but I understand.
I'm gonna call you crazy.
Call me crazy. You know, me and Grayson Allen gonna go have a lunch tomorrow.
I had a jammed thumb, like a really bad jammed not one of those like, oh, it hurts, it's bruised. Like I was out of place, and just like trying to like pick up a water bottle was painful.
Yeah, like it's very painful, and you can't do anything. I understand. I don't know. It's just.
So if you can't do anything, how are you going to blame Chris Paul for sitting out?
No, it's not that. I think it's just I'm not blaming him at all. I don't know. It's just something like when those like thumb injuries hit, like, and you're out for so long. I don't know. They just rub me the wrong way for some reason.
Like
don't have to. 6 to 8 weeks. It's just so long for your thumb. Wait, what did you say?
It's like asking a paraplegic to play kicker in the NFL.
Oh my gosh, here you guys go. I don't know, call me crazy. It's probably just one of my pet peeves. It's nothing against Chris Paul at all. It's like any player that's like their thumb injury. It's like
I tell you what, he's not winning any thumb wrestling matches in the locker room for 6 to 8 weeks. All right.
Oh, that sucks.
I gotta go watch the Raptors game. Tolly's jacked up right now for the Bulls game. Jared is.
Yeah, I'm hoping Butler doesn't freaking hurt his thumb.
If Butler hurts his thumb, we need to do a podcast literally right after the game. And just talk about thumbs for an hour. All right, Jared, you're going to be in London this time next week, right?
I will be. Yeah.
Safe travels, my friend.
Thank you.
Enjoy the world.
Yeah, well, you'll be here with us.
Yeah. We're just gonna find out a different time.
Yeah, we'll coordinate that. But yeah, like I said, safe travels. Have fun while you're there.
Thank you.
Solly, good luck with the Bulls. Don't hurt your thumb doing anything. Actually, no. I hope you hurt your thumb so you can just see how terrible it is.
No, I've jammed my thumb and everything, and trust me, I understand the pain. It's very hard to do anything without your thumb, but I don't know. Like I said, it's just one of those things that just rub me. Like 6 to 8 weeks for your thumb is just so long, and it's just, I don't know.
Okay, we'll end on that note. All right.
Listen, guys, okay? Bye. Enjoy your game. Bye. Enjoy your game.
Peace out.